If any of you have watched me for any time on YouTube, you would know I don't really speak about politics very often. If ever. There are very few select moments to do with cultural issues that I might talk about, things that I feel like everyone should have an opinion on and be able to put their opinion out there on, and I think politics is one of those. But I'm not someone who wants to do that because I think politics is one where there isn't a unified front, because 50% of people believe one thing and 50% of people believe the other, and even if you're like right in the middle, someone's going to be pissed off on both sides, and if you're 60% one way, then people are going to be pissed off on the other side. That's too much rambling. That was way too much there. My point is, I believe that above all else, everyone has the right to vote who is a citizen of the country that they're in. If you're not going to vote and you're not going to have your opinion on the ballot, then there's this idea of maybe you shouldn't complain about the result if it might affect you after the fact. So I'm not really pro that. I'm pro voting. Everyone should vote, obviously. And I say obviously, but it's probably not obvious to that many people. Whoever wins in whatever election is being held, you should throw your full support behind them, even if it's not the party you voted for, because they're the people who are in charge of the country. They're the ones who are going to have the best interests, hopefully, in their heart for the country and the nation within their party. So I think that this idea that whoever wins should be approved by their own party and the people who voted for them, but hated by the other side, I don't really get it. So my point is, I voted today. I'm not going to say who I voted for, right? There is some usefulness in being anonymous in that type of stuff. But whoever wins, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I really hope that all these people who are running for office, and most of them do, have the best interests for London at heart. And there's Scottish elections going on as well right now. There's other stuff happening. There's a lot of shit going on over this week, and it's kind of flown under the radar, I feel. It's not got the publicity it normally would. Obviously, the virus has impacted that because there was a lot of shenanigans with when this vote was taking place. It was supposed to be last year, but then it got pushed this year. Some people, oddly enough, will disagree with this, but I feel that we have a responsibility to use that right to vote in the democracy that we live in, because across the world there are places, and it's not in one case, it's not in another, it's a lot of places across the world where people don't have that same type of right. People don't have that ability to make change in their own country, their own area, or their own city. And I think that's something people kind of gloss over. They don't really think how much their vote can matter and how much their opinion can matter to the people around them. And I think the best thing about the idea of diversity is, number one, obviously, diversity of people, you know, people from all over the world coming together. But what comes with that is also a diversity of opinions and thoughts. Like, there are going to be people from communist countries who will disdain communist countries, and there are going to be people from fascistic countries who will disdain the idea of fascists. So those two things coming together is really where you get a real diversity of thought, and where people can really back opinions and ideas off of each other. And I think that is what happens in a liberal democracy. But I think the way the world's going, it's not really happening in that way anymore, where conversations can happen. It just doesn't anymore. I don't think the last year has probably helped with everyone being locked inside. Maybe it has. I think it might have helped at the beginning, but now I feel it's just done detrimental damage to all this culture war stuff. So my point stands, and my point is, always vote. Always vote. Find a candidate that you generally agree with. You'll never ever agree with anyone 100%. There's this idea that you will, and that someone will represent you 100%. It's impossible. You're the only person who can do that for yourself. No one else can do it. You cannot be that for everyone who votes for you, and there will be no one who can be that for you. There can be someone who puts forward most ideas that you agree with, and there might be even points to the opposing side that you agree with as well. But it's about weighing those things up and saying, I think I just agree with this person more, and I think they'll do a better job, so I'm gonna vote for them. It's real simple stuff when you break it down, but you do need to break it down, because otherwise people just get into all types of nonsense about, oh, if you vote for them, you're this, and if you vote for them, you're this, and it's like, well, most people are not extremes on either side. Most people are like right in the middle, if not 5% either way. So, you know, broad strokes people like to paint with, and I don't think it really serves the overall conversation very well at all. But vote! If you haven't, it's probably happened by now, but vote! As I said, in the future, if you haven't, vote. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then what are you doing, alright? I'm saying vote. It's a good thing to do. It's a good Samaritan thing to do. It really is. But subscribing is like just below it on like the Samaritan scale. You want to be a good Samaritan, right? It's just how it goes. You want to do that. I want you to do that. I want you to feel fulfilled. And you'll do that by voting and subscribing. So subscribe. Great. Very nice. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content. So hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the bakwas. Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. And we also bring that. Bring a lot, bring a little, do a lot, do a little. Well, we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same, but slightly different. But essentially, the very same. Once more. See you then. Skadoosh.